This is something that we haven't talked about much yet, and I'm really excited to get into it. Your values are innate qualities of your true self. And these values are at the core of your true desires, because all of your desires stem from the singular cosmic desire that we all share, to know thyself. All right, so if you haven't already identified your desires, I encourage you to do that. It may be the most important thing you ever do in your life. There's a link in the comments to a video about identifying your true desires. Now, once you've identified your desires and you've begun to refine that list by imagining each one and releasing any that aren't authentically yours, you are ready to investigate and discover your values. And the way you do this is to consider one of your desires. I would start with the highest priority desires, right? The one that has the most emotional charge to it. And so focus on that desire and ask yourself, when I fulfill this desire, what will that give me? And continue the inquiry until you get to the bottom of what it is that you're seeking, which is always going to be one of your values. So you ask, in regards to one of your desires, when I have this, what will that give me? And when I have that, what will that give me? Until you can't inquire any further because you've gotten to the bottom of it. For example, if you want financial abundance, then you ask, when I have financial abundance, what will that give me? You might say something like security, stability, safety. And so you can ask, when I have security, stability, and safety, what will that give me? And you might arrive at something like peace, freedom, joy. These are true core values. Security, stability, safety, these aren't really core values. They're methods or strategies for attaining core values, for expressing and realizing your core values like peace, freedom, and joy, which are core values. Now, once you identify your true core values, you may have already begun to recognize that these values are inherent. They are innate to you. Peace, freedom, joy, courage, wholeness, these are already present within you, fundamental qualities of your very essence. And the reason that you want what you want is to express and realize these quantities at every level of your experience. But you can begin to practice feeling fulfillment by simply focusing on these values of yours and noticing that they are part of who you are. You can still want what you want, but you can notice that you are innately fulfilled, that what you desire is truly within you, because what you desire is an expression of your innate qualities, your values. And you can do what's called a value check, which I'll talk about later in another video. But essentially the idea is just to check and see, am I aligned with my values? Am I expressing my values right now? And so in order to do that, you have to identify your values. So think of a desire and ask yourself, when I have that, what will that give me? Until you get to the bottom of it and you identify your true core desires. Then you can use that as your compass as you go about your daily life. Like, which of my values am I expressing right now? That sort of stuff. We'll talk more about a value check later on. Take care. Blessings.